Today I want to get into V's old situation being investigated by teachers. I want to get into V possibly getting emotional over a certain keyword that came up trending about V. And then we have V promoting a male YouTuber and that trending. So hey dumplings, Dave decide hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Grab your dumplings, hey spling mug merch, and let's go. We need to talk about V recently promoting a YouTuber and what happened there. This story happened a bit ago, but has been resurfacing again as everyone is talking about V again. So what happened? Well, there was a YouTuber who is a film student in New York City. They were originally from Seoul, and already their life is much more interesting to a lot of the general public. And it just got a lot more interesting. He posted a video called 17 and Lost Memories. The video is very much a vlog and he tells his story. It's a very unique and interesting story, and the video didn't have much traction in the beginning, as vlogs like this don't typically go viral no matter how touching it is. The video is currently unlisted, but I believe it was public at one point. However, somehow V found this video. Maybe it was sent to him or he was just scrolling online looking for a film student in New York. This is probably one of the most searched up things, and people like to romanticize and glamorize the idea of a kid coming to New York to pursue film and acting. While this video 17 and Lost Memories was not about that, it could have still been the way V found his channel and eventually found his way to this video. The story being told in that video is very good and he's a great storyteller. This could have been a personal project or a project that he was working on for school. Either way, it was extremely well done, and V ended up reposting the video onto Weverse to say that the YouTuber was a GOAT, greatest of all time, and that V will be keeping an eye out for this YouTuber, probably insinuating that the YouTuber will go on to do more, and hopefully V and him can see each other on set one day. V seemed interested in working with him one day. The video after the repost started to jump up in views and ended up getting over 1 million views. This happened very quickly, and it was no shock that when the YouTuber found out about it, he was overwhelmingly overwhelmed. This is so beautiful, and if you go back to his channel, you'll see that he has honed his craft and has gotten a lot better at storytelling since then. V has been responsible for fulfilling other people's dreams, either businesses or upcoming celebrities, all the time. V really has the best influence and can really explode a page. Unfortunately, here a lot of the audience aren't really subscribed to see his films, but a lot of the audience is BTS fans, which is fine, but it also means that his film content won't get much traction going forward. So while there is a lot of positive in going viral this way, there is also a lot of negative as well. I'm saying this not to put down the very lucky moment, but to also give another perspective in case there's another YouTuber or people who are jealous that their stuff never gets recognized by a celebrity or whatever. A restaurant, on the other hand, is different. If armies go and they enjoy the food, they are more likely to go back and eat more of the food. The food doesn't have to be BTS related, and the same goes with clothes. V has always been such a sweet person and has many times attempted to give the spotlight away or just be kind to his many supporters. A lot of this is recognized by the people around him, and a lot of those people realize how sweet V is, and they all want for him to be successful. It's hard to see someone who is kind and not root for them to do well, because the world always needs more kindness. Apparently V was very close to his teacher, and a story that popped up recently was extremely heartwarming. If you are not aware, back in 2022 when Jimmy Fallon asked V how he got his start, we discovered that V initially went to support a friend before he caught the attention of a Big Hit staff member. Well, apparently a fan on Twitter wanted to elaborate on that story a bit more and recently shared that they were a student of V's former teacher. The fan shared exactly where V was seated, and V prefers the seat in the back. The day V passed the auditions, he went to the school to share his win with everyone and the teachers. The teachers were then extremely sweet and did something that they really had no obligation to do. V's teacher got scared that maybe V was being scammed and wanted to look into the company a bit more. Given Big Hit was not a big name at the time, and this was definitely not one of the big three, so it's normal for many people to think, what is even this company? Apparently the teacher gathered all their colleagues and they decided to spend a lot of time researching Abang PD to make sure he was legit and what Big Hit was going to do. They ended up realizing that it was legit and thus probably moved on from that and let V do his thing. But I would imagine if there was a situation in which this was a scam, they would have quickly tried to find V's number or let V know. After all, V was very young at the time and his family wasn't exactly in the industry either. So it becomes difficult for any of V's contacts to verify if this was legit. So this was very nice nice of the teachers to do for V. A lot of the teachers in my school definitely would not have done that for me, or maybe not anyone. They were definitely looking out just to collect their check and go. They did not care about the well-being of their students. So I was shocked to hear this. Just to clarify how a scam like this would work, so you don't get wrapped up in it, they will often have you audition and it will feel very real. And no matter how good or how bad you are, you will pass, and then they will ask you to pay for the trainee program. Now, this wouldn't even bring up red flags either, because labels ask you to do that. A lot of labels don't know if you'll be successful or even debut, so they don't want to lose money. Hype, however, I believe does not ask for payment on that, but other labels might. So all this seems very real. The part you have to go and research is the CEO of that company and make sure that they are who they claim to be. Is the company you auditioned for a real company associated with this CEO, or is it fake? Just make sure you really look into it. And of course, if you have resources, make sure you hire a lawyer. A legit company will have contracts before any payment, and then you must have a lawyer look that over, and your own lawyer, not this alleged company's lawyer. There's definitely more and more scams lately, and I think this is tough. People do fall for them a lot, and there's no shame in that. It does happen. Just be very careful when dealing with these things. People are also bored at home, I think, and thus have no job and think the best way to make money is to scam people. But also, since more people tend to have more free time and we literally have so much hate going on online, that I am not sure how these people exist or how they're finding the time to do this. Is sending hate a hobby for people? It can't be adults doing this. And if it's not adults, then all the parents in the K-pop fandom, please monitor everything your child is doing to see if they're spreading hate, because this is unacceptable. V and Jimin were actually called a child toucher, and it was actually trending on Twitter. I was so shocked when I saw this and why this was even an issue. People were taking photos where V and Jimin had interacted with kids, held them, or shown love in any way to call them this terrible word. They then went on to say that people that V and Jimin support are bad people, so V and Jimin must be as well. And then even claims that American art is filled with children touching references, and that since V loves those things, he must be one. And then even went to criticize the movie Call Me By My Name, which V has shown a public love to a couple of times. This is the issue with a lot of K-pop fans, is that they wholeheartedly believe that there is no such art in the world that can compare to K-pop art. To call the entirety of American art to be bad and filled with bad references is so not true. And chances are they are completely unfamiliar with any specific type of American art. There's literally some people in K-pop that have no idea who Beyonce or Taylor Swift is, and that is when you know you've lived under a rock. This is exactly why a lot of K-pop fans have an issue with BTS collaborating with American artists, and they protest because they think that their world is much more better than the American world, and thus they don't think BTS should touch that world, when in reality they are literally in the same world. V has expressed many times in the past that he loves children and in the appropriate way and cares about children. He has shown the love and kindness to all children that he has worked with on set with him, and to use that kindness as an example that he is a bad person is terrible. So what does this set up for artists and public figures going forward? Oh, I cannot take a photo with a kid anymore or videos anymore, because if this gets out, it'll make my image look bad. So then every time they see a kid, they have to punt the kid to the moon. Turns out there was a lot of new records happening about BTS and BTS breaking records. So people from other fandoms decided to come in and tear down V and Jimin. My issue with this is that if they want V gone and not making music anymore, then stop talking about him. None of this backlash has ever made anyone less famous. It's only made them more. People have been complaining these messages for years and asking Hive to do something, and since V is very active on social media, people think about what his reaction would be after reading such terrible claims about him online. I can definitely say it would be something that is worth getting emotional about, and I think V might. The most frustrating thing about these types of hate comments is that people start to believe it. These tweets saying these terrible things have hundreds to thousands of likes, and people in K-pop will literally believe things, and I don't even mean without looking into it. They will believe without thinking, because there's nothing to look into here. If he was a terrible aforementioned person, and the word that I don't want to say, then it would be known by now. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks for this lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.